What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? I haven't done a video like this in forever, so it's time to start cranking out some content and doing this stuff a little more often. I've got coaching videos to do. I've got some YouTube specific commentary gameplay that is coming up because I have some stuff I really want to do, especially with the patch about to launch. I think in like what, 10 days, somewhere 10-11 days. So yeah, we're gonna jump into it. We have a coaching video today. We're coaching the mid lane. We're coaching a Chang'e game in the mid lane. Yeah, we're just gonna jump into it and see how this goes. I haven't seen the gameplay yet. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment if you have any specific coaching videos you want to see, or if you guys yourselves want to be coached. What I do is it's $50 to have a gameplay coached. You send me the gameplay either through Twitch or YouTube, and well, you send Tallyho, he runs everything. Send him the gameplay either through Twitch or YouTube. So I'm not downloading anything, I'm just watching it, streaming it. If you guys stream on Twitch, you can turn on VODs and it'll automatically record your gameplay. Otherwise, you can record it and upload it to YouTube. I will coach your video, upload it to YouTube, so you have it on my channel to learn from. Everyone else can learn from it, and you get better. If not, otherwise, just learn from other people. And we're gonna go jump into this. Alrighty, Chang'e mid, which I've seen a lot more lately, but I'm not so sold on it being the move, to be completely honest with you. All right, starter items: boots 2 start, which is not really ideal, and no beads. I understand the Aegis, kind of, but you already have an Aegis in your 2. You do not have beads in your 2. Your 2 you cannot use while you're CC'd. So just right off the rip, go starter item, Mage's Blessing, and working to getting a Chronos Pendant. Or really, I'd probably go Chronos Pendant unless you were trying to be greedy and go book a Thoth, and the next patch might be a possibility. But right now, like I said, I'm definitely going Mage's Blessing. Good kill. That's great. That's kind of weird that a Zeus lost a 1v1 to you, though. It didn't really seem like he knew what he was doing. Gotta harp on this. Starter item is important. The boots too, you're missing out on a lot of power. Even more so that Zeus should not have been able to kill you. He should have destroyed you in the 1v1. He just very clearly didn't know what he was doing. Starter item, Chronos Pendant 1. The mana pots, understandable. I get where you were going with it because you want to be able to spam a lot. But if you have a starter item, that MP5 is going to add a lot. The Chronos Pendant, once you get it finished, going to be a lot of spam. And then you're not gonna have to worry about those mana pots. And early, you're just focused on clearing. You're only killing people if you have a kill count. Like if you're Zeus, you're looking for a kill. This guy's just really bad. I don't know what he's doing. This man's got a full wave and he's afraid of you, which is really, really awkward. So fix that off the rip and you'll be good to go. Plus, as I was saying, your actives, they have a Hades, they have a Mercury, they have a Hercules. That's a lot of CC you aren't getting out of. And then if you're using your 2 to get out of the CC somehow, like you're immuning a stun, then you're just going to eat a full Zeus ult. You're going to eat a Neath ult to the face. You're going to eat a lot of damage. So having the beads early, so you aren't dying early, then you can get the Aegis later and you'll be good to go. It'll be a lot better. Also right here, I'm going to point this out. You went for a 1-1-1 on your abilities, right? You leveled your first, you leveled fucking your 3 first, then you leveled this, now you're leveling your 2. You don't need your 2 right now. Focus on clearing. You're not gonna die if you're not being overly aggressive. You are not gonna die. You have, well, you should have your actives up. You just don't in this exact situation because you guys had that weird fight earlier. But level up to 1. You're gonna clear faster. You need to clear. If you lose clear pressure, you are going to lose the game. Of course, my dogs have to go crazy when I start recording a video. Anyway, yeah, if you lose clear pressure, you're gonna lose all too much of the game. You're gonna lose all control of your lane. And realistically, you're not going to be able to dictate the pace of the match, which is all you're looking for. This Zeus has to be the worst player I've ever seen in my life. On a plus note, I like how you're bullying and trying to take advantage of it. You just missed your immunity on the tower, which is a little awkward. Don't do that. Don't take tower shots this early in the game. You end up wasting a lot of stuff that you don't need to. But like I said, I like how you're trying to bully him. It looks like you're about to eat some damage to the face, though. Are you gonna live? Good use of creeps to block. Nice job. All right, well, you lived. That was a terrible, that Mercury fucked up big time. All you had to do was auto attack you to death. He didn't even have to toss you. Keep up the bullying, keep up the lane clear, and things will be good. I'm interested in how your team fighting goes. Also, try to get some wards out as soon as possible. You want the boot start So you're rotating. All right, another point. You went boot start for a reason. The boots have a purpose when you go them. You don't do the start anymore. This is not a start you do anymore. I think this video is a little bit older, not insanely old, a little bit older. I think even then boot start was not a thing. But boots has a purpose of rotating. You will out rotate and be able to chase anybody down. If you're just standing in your lane doing nothing but keeping the dude under the tower the whole game, you don't need boots to do that. A starter item and a secondary item will do a lot more than that, because you'll maintain all the sustain you need to be able to keep healing yourself over and over again. On top of the fact that you aren't just wasting that early gold, that early time that you had where you ended up getting killed when you shouldn't have. That all it all plays into everything. You have that early start, you're gonna back instantly and get those boots, and then you're gonna start running it down on all the people. You're gonna start rotating around the map. So you're 4 minutes into this match and you had boots somewhere around 2 minutes, I think, coming out of base, right, I believe. So if that's the case, that's 2 minutes of moving around the map that you can take advantage of. That's 2 minutes of farming other things, back camps, side camps, going to other lanes to create pressure. If this Zeus is just sitting under the tower, it doesn't matter. You're not winning the game by keeping him under the tower. You're fucking him up a little bit, but you're not fucking him up enough to lose the game. He's a level behind you. It's not doing shit. It's really not doing shit. Plus, like I said, you had earlier boots, which is when no one else has boots. That whole early game has a purpose and has a point to it and a goal that you're going after, and you need to take advantage of that. I think right now even they still don't have boots because they haven't backed. Good ult, good gank. Late rotation and they overextended in a real game. Probably not going to happen, but like I said, take advantage of it, do what you can, and see where you can go with it. Up to now, the biggest thing you could change is wards. I haven't seen you ward at all, like literally at all. You can't see your bunny on the map. Your bunny's following you. You need to also be sending your bunny away over and over again. Mana pots, item, mana pots, over and over. As soon as you can get them, you got to send them. Because if you're never out of the base, or you're never in the base, sorry, you're always out of the base, and you're always healthy, and you always have mana, and you're always farming, you're going to out farm the other people just statistically. If they're backing and they're losing time, especially they're not min-maxing, they are going to lose farm. 100%. They're going to lose farm. And you won't lose farm. Be pretty GG. Okay, you're overbuying. All right. You're overbuying potions. That's 300 gold in potions you just spent. 300 gold. That is completely unnecessary. You have a heal in your kit. You do not need the multi potions. 3 mana you don't need these at all. These should be gone. It's 150 gold you should have spent. And then even on the mana potions, if you had gone a starter item and then you had gone into boots and then you go into Chronos Pendant, you have the MP5 to sustain. You need to come out of base with maybe 1 mana potion. You've already spent, what was it? You spent 500 gold in potions to start the game. Did you come out of base with potions again? Hold on, where are we at? We're at 735. I don't think you came out of base again, right? Yeah, you didn't use them all. So you're 16 potions deep at under 6 minutes. That is way too much gold being spent on potions for absolutely no reason. No reason at all. Completely unnecessary. That's so much gold. Oh my gosh. 16 potions, 800 gold. That's a tier 1 item. You would almost have your Chronos Pendant finished if you didn't do that. That is horrible. And you always have double potions ticking all the time. You can't do this. Don't do this. This is bad. This is so bad. You're compensating for your lack of positioning and care in the lane. So you just run at Zeus and you eat his damage. Oh, I'm just gonna eat it because I'm gonna pop potions. No, you shouldn't do that. Just don't run at him. Just clear the wave and leave. And then you never have to use the potions, which means you never spend the gold. That is insane. I can't believe you just spent that much gold on potions in this game. Holy shit. You can't even buy wards. You're 6 minutes and 40 seconds into this game and you have not bought a single ward. And you're Chang'e, who can get wards whenever you want. You also have your Chronos Pendant, right? No, you need 100 more gold for Chronos Pendant. You would have your Chronos Pendant right now. Yeah, you're way too like, I'm gonna run at you and not care because I can heal and pop potions. Granted, this Zeus is playing like a fucking idiot. But if you stop being so careless, I guess is the word, It's almost like you just don't want to be bothered by taking the time to pay attention to these things. You have to. You have to. I want you to play better. You will play better if you do these things. Focus more on moving around the map and less on this mid lane person. Focus less on the person in your lane and more on everyone else. And then you will take over the match and destroy the person in your lane. So right there, you had a little bit of a back and forth. You knew your jungler was fighting on this side of the map. Always lean towards the side of the map where your jungler is. If the fight's lost instantly, then you can go get your farm wherever you need to. That was a really good ult, by the way. You get your farm wherever you need to, but you should have already been leaning, meaning you're in that side of the jungle. When you lean towards the side of the map, that means you walk out of your lane towards that side of the map and you hover there to decide if you want to go, because you see the Thor already going that way, right? You already see the gank happening. You know there's a fight going on, so you need to be in position to go that way if the fight persists long enough for you to get there, or it goes in a way that you need to be in that team fight, or you go for an objective, or whatever it may be. You push a lane. You always need to be heading that way. This Zeus out of the game. Dude's afraid to come off his tower. He's walking into full waves, getting poked. Like, this dude is done. You need to ignore the fuck out of him. Focus on your farm. Get a massive lead. You're already 2 levels up. You can be literally 4 levels up right now if you be playing optimally, and in another 2-3 minutes you can be another 2-3 levels up. This guy's terrible. I do like your rotating around the map though. You get the wave, you go across the map. You know you don't have your ult, but you don't care. You gank with the jungler. Perfect. That was perfect. That was fantastic. There was nothing really else for you to do. You could have gone to like back camps, but back camps to guarantee your team gets ahead somewhere else, not really worth it. Plus, your ADC or support should be picking that up on the way out of base. Grabbed your Chronos pendant really late, by the way. You should have had it like a minute ago. You're sitting on 1,000 gold right now. The second your Chronos pendant gets to you, you need to buy your next item. You need to never be hesitating. You're playing a god that has an advantage. Your passive is literally you get items. So use that passive to get that 10 power advantage, that 20 power advantage, that full item passive advantage. You will have that before the other mid laner, because they have to back to base. They have to bake to base. They have to back to base to get their shit. Smite is about not only min-maxing, but it's about the little things. The small things are how you win the game. The small things are what lead to the bigger leads. Do one small thing 10 times and you have a fat enough lead that you go fuck up 3 times and you'll still be in the game. That's what you need to be focused on. Liking that you aren't missing too much farm. You guys aren't up enough though for how irrelevant this Zeus is. You guys do not have a big enough lead right now. You need to make your impact more drastic. You're 4-1-2, but you've done barely any damage in these team fights. You've come in, you've ulted, you've used your 1 and your 3, and then they're dead. There was nothing else. Like, that's how late you were. And you don't need to ult instantly every fight. You don't need to solo ult him. He's dead. It's Zeus. Where's he going? He's not going anywhere. He's not going to do anything. You do not need to solo ult someone who's guaranteed dead. Now, if it's the first kill in the game, you aren't sure if they're dead or not, throw your ult away. It's never a bad thing to use your ult. Like, that wasn't the end of the world. But if you just kill Zeus because he's out of position, he can't go anywhere, and your ult is still up, you could be in this team fight. You could kill Mercury right now with the ultimate. You could kill whoever is in this team fight and who maintains and stays in the fight. You can kill them because you have that CC. Remember that. Don't waste your shit if you don't have to. You're sustaining like crazy in this team fight. It's really fucking crazy. Like, this is nuts. Nice. I don't know if you were baiting that or not. If you knew it was coming. If you did, good job. If not, it worked out. Timing. The fight's over at this point. You have 160 mana. You have enough to clear your wave and back to base, which is 100% what you should be looking to do. You could sit here and sustain and all that stuff. Be great, but you should just back. You need a full mana bar to be relevant in the team fight. Spamming 1 ability, 2 abilities, and then leaving is not going to be enough for a team fight at this point in the game, especially with them all coming out of base. Really important. You can get your out active, which you could have just told your little guy. Dude, it sucks. You guys being on console, not being able to move around and buy at the same time is fucked. That is so rough. I don't know how you guys do it. I remember when I was playing on it, it was so frustrating. The things that would slow you down just a little bit bug the fuck out of me. All right. So you're eating a lot of poke. Look at that. Look at that. You just ate 400 damage ish, and you used your 2. Just stop walking at the Zeus. Stop it. You don't need to get poked. Yes, you will full heal. You'll get your health back really quickly. It's awesome. But if someone else is around a corner and you're already poked and you use your immunity, you're gonna die. You can't just run at people and waste your immunity over and over again. It's only a fucking 20-second cooldown without CDR. Right now, I think it's only a 15-second cooldown. Just stop getting poked by him. Stop it. Think about that in all your matchups. Do not get poked. Don't stand in the wave to get poked. Don't stand in front of people to get auto attacks. Like, you have to think about your matchup and think about how you can take the least amount of damage while also creating the most amount of pressure. A little bit of overkill. I think you spazzed out a little bit. You need to recognize you have a 4-level lead on their jungler. You have a 3-level lead on their mid laner, and nobody should be scary to you. Nobody should be pressure to you. No one should be something you're actually worried about. Now you get into 2v1s, then you should start to worry a little bit. 3v1s, you're probably dead. This pathing is nuts. I don't even know. Oh, he definitely knows you're there now. I don't even know that he realized you were there. I think he was just he's rotating the farm. Good pressure. You're good. You did not need to Aegis. The ult ticks for like 50 a tick. It's not doing any damage right now. You're way more worried about the Zeus 3 than any other ability. Maybe the bounce on the 1, but mainly the Zeus 3. You have to stop using your immunity as well just because it's the next ability that's up. You need to see the person who is trying to kill you, see what they're doing and what they're going to do, play it out in your mind, what you think they're going to do, and then react accordingly. That means react. You think he's going to stun you, wait for that moment when you would stun, then use your immunity. Don't look away from him and throw it up and hope he stuns and the immunity lands. That is, you're just guessing at that point. It's not lazy gameplay, but it's lazy gameplay. It's about the laziest thing you can do in a video game, I feel like, are these things, because it's really hard to be lazy in a video game. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage. They just melted him. Is that a Ganesh? Oh, it's Ganesh knock up in a soul ult. Holy damage. It's a lot of pressure. If you were a little more aware, you would have been able to keep your Ganesh alive. I don't know if you were worried, if you didn't realize the fight was still going or what, but always make sure your teammates get out of the team fight. If you dive a tower, all of you get out. If it gets to the point where everyone's really low, then it might become a free-for-all, meaning whoever can live, just spread the fuck out and leave the lane, and hopefully someone lives. But if you guys are healthy like that, especially you get a free kill without any return damage, any return kills, you gotta stay together, get each other out of the team fight. That way you can go to the next objective. You can go pull. You could literally have full healed and then got the tower, full healed, gone to portal demon, full healed, gone to fire. It is a little early for fire, but there's always objectives to be looked at. So focus on that, especially when you're playing sustain gods or gods that can really get you out of team fights or get your teammates out of the team fights. Really remember to do those things. Your team's been fighting for way too long at this point. You backing here is smart. That Thor really didn't need to dunk in. You guys fought for like 3 minutes. Most of your lead is being diminished by overextending. You guys fight for way too long. Way too long. Fights should be like 30 seconds max, 45 seconds max. Like that should be a long fight. If it goes longer than that, that means you're chasing, you are someone sustaining, and you're just, I don't know what you're waiting for, what you're out waiting. But most of the time people are just going to sustain up. ADCs are going to go heal. If Mercury has lifesteal, he's going to go heal. If they have sustain on their team, which they do, Hades, he's going to heal. And you don't want to let the other team heal. If they heal, you got to back the fuck off. You can't keep running at them. In your so you weren't healing. That's not a good fight to just stand there and watch them. Up to this point, though, you aren't playing bad. By any means, you are not playing bad. You could control the game more, which is just a higher skill level thing you'll learn to do as you really are either as you see other mid laners do it, or you realize what I'm saying makes sense. Once you realize these things and you practice them, you will get a lot better at them. And the game is even. It is 18-11 and the game is even. Your teammates don't know how to farm, so that's even better for you. If they don't know how to farm, clearly they don't. They're under level, they're under farm, they don't have any gold. That means there's more camps up for you. That means there's more farm on the map for you because they're leaving it up. If your teammates suck, take advantage of the situation. Hit 20 at fucking 20 minutes. Hit 20 at 18 minutes. Farm your ass off while rotating around the map if they're leaving the camps there. It's nuts to me that it's 16 minutes. You guys have some really good groupings, like both teams, and then all of a sudden you'll be spaced out like this. Like everyone's just getting picked one by one by one. That's fucking crazy. Also, your lack of warding is disgusting me. It hurts me. It hurts me a lot. You guys gotta understand, wards literally win games. Not an exaggeration, not perfectly placed wards, nothing special. Just warding on the map will win you games. It's information. If you have information that the other people don't have, how the fuck are you gonna lose? You're not. Your ass ain't losing. You are not losing that game if you know more than them. Smite is also a very forgiving game. Whereas, I mean, if you ult and you miss an ult once, you don't lose the game. The game's not over just because you missed up that one situation, that one ult, that one ability. There are 5, 6, 7, 8 more chances for you to make a better play to win the game later in the match. So just remember that when you're going around, because wards, like I said, the information will win you the game. Not making that crazy play once a fucking game is going to win you it's not going to win it for you, because someone else has another chance to make a play the next 5 seconds, and then a minute later someone else has a chance to make a big ult, or a chance to make a big play. Like, there's so much that happens throughout an entire Smite game that focusing on perfecting those little things is where you'll really just have that's where your downfall will be. Whereas if you start to remember, I backed, I need a ward, I backed, I need to do this, they warded here, I need a counter ward, those little things become regular and become standard, you will win so many more games. Especially if you aren't, there's no comms, you're in a ranked game, most people aren't using comms these days. Bro, wards are your comms. Granted, you're gonna spam your VGS, whatever, but wards are gonna get you so many more positive outcomes and positive situations than just crying about how good somebody is or isn't. I like the chase down here. You guys are pretty healthy. You didn't really need to Aegis, I don't think. I think you thought the tower was going to start smacking you a little bit faster than it did. You guys are good. A little bit of overcommitment. Your positioning, though, getting in and out is really good. Disengaging really well. If your team would group up, you could literally heal them to full. Now we're going to talk about your build. Playing Chang'e. If you're going to go this build, I'm not going to be happy. You are not max CDR on Chang'e. Chang'e is a spam god. You're not a one and done god. You're not a Poseidon all. You're not a Kalkin all. You are a spam god. You are meant to be in a fight for 30 seconds, continuously doing shit. Whereas a Poseidon's meant to go in and fucking crack in somebody and kill them and get the fuck out. You are a spam god. Right now, you are not building like a spam god. You are building weird. You're building like you kind of wanted to spam, but then you also wanted to be a fucking team player, but then you also wanted to be a solo laner. The divine is understandable. They have a little bit of healing. You wanted to be the one to negate that. That's perfectly fucking fine. Going to an E-staff right here makes no fucking sense. It has no point. You are not, no, you need to get to what, especially as a mage, you're playing the mid laner, you are building and playing and positioning like a mage for the most part. Don't transition into this supporty hybrid solo laner. You're even going to defensive item now. This defensive item has so little value at this point in the game. Get CDR, get Rod of Tahuti. Rod of Tahuti will cause your healing to do more when they are below 50% HP. If your teammate is at 40% HP and you heal them, you heal for more than when they're at 60% HP. Rod of Tahuti is a healing item in every sense of the word. I don't like the late game fucking supporty items. It's too late in the game for this to matter. Drop the E-staff. Drop the, what is this, fucking Lotus Crown or whatever the fuck it's called. I forget what the item's called. Go and be a carry aggressor. You're already literally fighting by yourself. You guys aren't grouping up and healing all that much. You are just in the fights doing damage. Focus on that aspect. Grab yourself a Spear of Desolation to get more CDR after the Divine Ruin. So then you're at 30% CDR without a potion, which is okay. I'd rather you be at 40. If you had a starter item, you'd be at 40. This is why starter items are important for all points of the game. And then drop this Lotus Crown and either go into a Rod of Tahuti or go into a full defensive item if that's what you need, like a Mantle, which would give you CDR, but I don't think you need Mantle in this game. I think you'd have been fine rushing into a Rod of Tahuti or going into Percentage Pen, going into your Soul Reaver, going into, honestly, I wouldn't go Ob Shard until really late in the game if they're building magic defense. I think right now, Spear of Desolation, Rod of Tahuti, and then a pen item, and you would be in heaven. You would be doing so much damage and still doing so much healing that it would just be unstoppable. This little thing right here, these two items right here, set you back with the way this game is playing. It does set you back. You are not the soul laner. If you'd have gone an earlier Lotus Crown because you needed to be tanky, it'd been okay, but you don't need to. You're not taking damage. You're not getting killed. You're literally fucking 9 and 2. You're doing whatever the fuck you want, which means you want to do more of whatever you want, which is more fucking damage and more fucking healing. Focus on your positioning. Stop trying to do these like I'm a Chang'e, I want to help everybody builds. Don't do that shit. And just be aggressive. That's why even the Aphrodite build on Smite Source is a carry type build. It's meant for you to. Oh my gosh, he just died. That's something. Okay, you're all dead. That's something. 0 wards on the map pulling a fire giant. That's why you guys lost. I don't even need to go into it. Your team and you should have realized you have no wards. You can't pull objectives with 0 vision. You need to have all of this part of the map blocked off so you know what the fuck's going on. You know where they are. You know where they're coming from. But yeah, anyway, back to it. My Afro build on Smite Source is a not team-based build because you're not a team player. You're playing ranked and casuals. You're trying to get W's. You guys are trying to get better individually. You guys aren't in Diamond Masters games where you can link to somebody or you can follow somebody around and they're going to do everything right. It's not going to happen. So focus on yourself. Focus on getting better. And then you can work on later. Once your aggressive positioning is good, you can work on the team play. You can work on, oh, I need to play like a team player this game. I need to build like a team player this game. You can adjust those things. All right, we're gonna skip a little bit ahead. It's a decently length. I mean, this game literally just got extended because you guys greedy pulled fire with no vision. It's just dumb. It's lazy gameplay. It's not even bad. Like most people, like they're bad. They didn't ward. No, this isn't the players being bad. You guys are being lazy. You guys are being extremely lazy. Either too lazy to learn that you need to ward, or too lazy to be bothered to ward because you think you're better than them, so it doesn't matter, which is never the case. Holy shit. If this guy doesn't die after you guys use every ability in the world. If they weren't horrible at positioning and getting picked every 2 seconds, you guys would never win this match. You would have no prayer. You just wouldn't have any prayer. Lack of coordination and lazy gameplay. These guys are just doing the weirdest shit. They're going in 1x1 That Zeus is free casting in the back and he's still not even doing any damage. You guys are fine. Just heal. Use the Chang'e and heal. If you had full CDR, you'd be healing so much more right now. Fuck. It bugs me. You traded out low power Lotus Crown instead of CDR. Low power E-Staff for the passive, but no CDR. And remember, it is low power. You want more power. You want more CDR. You want more healing. You want to spam everything. You're also sitting on your heal for so long. Spam your heal. Heal yourself. You're low. Every time that 3 comes up, you heal. Every time your teammate's low, you fucking heal. If you have mana, you heal. You have full mana. You can't even use your heal. You're just sitting on your heal. Fuck your teammates. You keep getting poked. You're walking into damage. You guys should be full HP right now. Full 100% HP right now, but you're not. Heal. Heal. Stop worrying about the damage on your heal and just fucking heal. You guys can't even kill this guy because you don't have enough anti-healing, which is nuts. Yeah, you guys are dead. You guys are throwing the game. Your whole team is throwing, but you're contributing drastically. I don't know what I would. Oh, and you're going to do more now. Yeah, your build is trash. Your build is gonna also make you lose the game. Builds can lose you the game. It can make the game extremely hard for you to win, and if you're bad at the game, it makes it impossible for you to win. I like the shell. I think it was the Thor just throw the shell and miss everything. Holy shit, your team is trolling. Let's skip ahead to where you're alive because I don't care what your team's doing. You got all the objectives coming back up soon. You guys still have shitty wards. You have this 1 ward all the way up there, which is awkward as fuck. Ward more. Ward. Every game that goes over 25 minutes, kill this guy. What are you afraid of? Slap him. Don't run with him. Kill him. I know Hercules is behind you, but you can just keep running and spamming abilities. Do not ever do that again. Don't stand next to somebody. Just poke them. Every fucking 2 damage can make a difference and can cause you to win a team fight or lose a team fight. Get the damage off all the time. Never hesitate. Ever. Never ever hesitate. But yeah, by 25 minutes, you should have 12 wards purchased. Just by like a rule of thumb, if a game ends at 25 minutes and you're, I'd say 10. You should have 10. We'll say 10 purchased. 25 minutes, 10 purchased. If you're between 8 and 12, you're a really good spot. If you have more, you could be over warding. It just depends on how the game's going and what role you're playing. But I think right now you've purchased maybe 4 wards. I think it's 2, but it might be 4. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'd definitely give you the benefit of the doubt. You guys have no vision. You don't know where anyone is. You walk into these team fights looking at your team chasing Hades and Anise around the corner. You guys need to ward. You can't win games like this consistently if you don't have the vision. It's just impossible. You're pulling objectives, allowing teams to walk straight in to fight you. You're chasing people around corners, not knowing what's around the corner. You winning these games is just because they're bad. Do you guys even have creeps? What are you doing? I can't tell if you guys have creeps. You guys are you're trolling. You can't do a Phoenix without, you don't have Fire Giant, you don't have 3K pot, and you don't have creeps. Even with a 3K pot, you're not doing this. With Fire Giant, after 30 minutes, maybe 20 right now, you're not doing this without creeps. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing. You just wasted so much time. You could have pushed up the waves and give yourself map control. You could have backed and bought wards to get yourself Fire Giant control. You could have gone for their jungle. Like, you guys are wasting so much time. A normal match is like 27, 28, 29 minutes. We'll say 30 minutes. We'll pretend. Normal match 30 minutes long, right? Think of if you waste 20 seconds every 3 minutes. Think of how much time you're losing in a game. Just you were stood in the mid lane for 20 seconds there. It might even have been 30. Say you did that every 3 minutes. So every 10 minutes, you're losing a minute and a half of game time of you just standing around jerking off. That will lose a game. Doing it for 10 seconds will lose you a game. At the high level in SPL games, if you do that for 5 seconds, it has a lasting impact for the next 10 minutes. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trolling. At a pro level, little mistakes like that, like those are the mistakes you look at as a pro. Those are the problems as a pro. It's like, oh, I went here instead of here, so I lost 10 seconds, so now I'm really behind in this game. Also, you keep separating yourself from all of your team. Granted, your team chased here is a little bit different, but you need to stay around your team. Stay around your soul. Stay around. If you're the mid laner, stay around your ADC. If you're the ADC, stay around your mid laner. Be close to each other so you can help each other. Don't stand on top of each other. Be able to see each other and target each other. Be able to, if there's a melee on that person, you can help them. You can peel, you can do damage. You're running around by yourself in the back of these fights. You need to get grouped up. Be with the squad. I think you guys just threw this game. Okay, somehow you didn't throw this game yet. But I think it's coming. I mean, obviously the game's ending soon, but I think the throw is coming because your whole team just died or got fucking destroyed over there. You got Amma dead for 50. Your Ganesh is running away. I like that you're running in the jungle here, but it would be nice if you were getting vision down instead of pulling solo Pyromancer. Still don't have full CDR, and you have a Doom Orb, which is completely irrelevant at this point in the game. It's just power. There's no other value. The movement doesn't have power at this point. The MB5 doesn't have power. You're making the game so hard for yourself. Making the game so difficult for yourself. I will say one thing. Most of the time, your targeting has been pretty good. Like in the, I won't even call these team fights, in the mini skirmishes, or like when there's a 2v2 or there's 2 people you're fighting around, your targeting has been really good, which is usually a problem. People usually go on the wrong target all the time, and it causes them to lose fights. Pretty much even. Look, your guys are up 16 kills, but you're down gold. You're up 16 kills, but you're down gold. That is not okay, especially in a rank game. That should never fucking happen. You still haven't bought wards. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. You're always separated from your team too. You're nowhere near your team right now. Your team's in mid lane, and you were rotating through the jungle high, aggressively, looking for people, and then try to take a one-on-one. This isn't duel. You're not getting one-on-ones in Conquest. You're definitely not getting one-on-ones in Conquest at 33 fucking minutes. Your positioning might have just lost your team the game. I think it did. Yep. That's the game, folks. Oh, no, your soul is split pushing. Oh. No way, dude. No way, dude. He won the game. You guys never should have won that game. Your soul split pushing happened because you guys were never grouped as 5. You were never grouped as 5. Not only in your at your fault, but a big part of it was your fault. in the fight in the duo lane right before you had died like a minute ago, you were by yourself. You were away from your team. You ran away from your team. You didn't run to your team in the jungle. You stayed away from your team the whole time. Here, you saw someone die. So you went over to the left lane, looked through the jungle to push. You didn't ward, so you didn't know where the fuck anyone was if they were rotating towards you. And then you saw Mercury and Neith rotate over. And then you pathed aggressively high in their jungle with no vision, saw the Neith, and started using your full kit on him. Cannot do that shit. Go group with your team. As a mid laner, after fucking 15 minutes, if there's any grouping, you should be around your ADC all the time. You should be within vision, sight, LOS, meaning line of sight, meaning you can attack whoever's attacking them, or they can attack whoever's attacking you. You can peel for each other. You can kill the target that's on each other. That is how you play as the backline currently in Smite. It's been that way for years. Focus on that. Focus on warding. You literally didn't ward at all this game. Like 2 wards in 33 minutes, which is disgusting. Makes me want to throw up. If you're trying to win games, you are warding regularly. You do not need your team to be warding regularly at your level. If you're in bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and you're trying to get better, you will fucking ward. Your teammates warding will help. If they're not warding, you don't harp on them. Just fucking ignore their shitty selves. They suck dick. You ward. You get used to it. You get better. They don't. That's what you need to do. So there's our coaching. Chang'e mid lane. Interesting gameplay. A lot to improve on, starting from the core of the build. But yeah, I'm excited. I know you've gotten better, because your targeting, positioning, and ability usage is a lot better than it was before. So I have seen Devastations get better, which is exciting. You guys, like I said, need coaching. Coming to the stream. I stream from 7 p.m. Eastern till like 1 a.m. Eastern almost every single night. You can ask in there if you're confused how to get coaching, but ideally what you do is you donate $50. You drop a link to your gameplay to Tally Ho, and we coach it. That's simple. If you like the video, hit the like button, drop a comment. Don't be harsh to each other in the comments. I understand a lot of this coaching is me pointing out a lot of bad shit. That's how you get better, is focusing on the shit that you're terrible at and eliminating it, making it so you're no longer terrible at those things, or you're no longer doing those things. So that is how you're going to get better. All you guys leaving comments, try to be nicer to each other. Don't be little fucking assholes. And if you already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the video later. Today, tomorrow, or the next day, whenever it is.